We're good?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Welcome. Just going to pull it up here on my computer. If I can find it.
If you can find it.
Oh, look, I just got a pop-up. Make sure Mouse is live.
Aw.
I like those people.
I like those people.
They're kind of funny.
Yeah.
They talk about food a lot. And I like food. Everybody likes food. So dieters. Dieters don't like food.
We're not dieting right now, though.
I'm not dieting anyway. I'll diet.
We're not
See,
dieting.
the first three letters of diet are die.
Well,
What does that tell you?
that we shouldn't diet.
If you're going to die, you're going to die.
It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change.
I'm not ready to change my lifestyle. Are you ready? No.
No, hold on. Okay, we're going to give you guys a few minutes to jump on.
We were actually going to start doing something where we're going to have like a little countdown at the beginning, but then we've been told that people actually like the banter before the show begins.
Yeah, they like us sitting here trying to fix our stuff and do the computer. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
You know who you are, Lisa. No, we actually heard that and we kind of laughed because we had been working all this time to try to get like a 5-minute countdown clock that you guys could count down to when we were going to start, and then we were told, oh, I love that part. That's my favorite part of the whole show, which is kind of sad that that's their favorite part
Yeah,
of the
like
show.
that's the best part.
That's the best part. So we're just going to do before the show, we're going to start the show and end it.
Yeah, so, okay, so before we get started, like usual, please share this video with your friends because
Share it.
more that we get out there, the better our show does.
My thing's doing what yours does. The little thing is popping up and it's not saying.
All right.
I don't like that.
Okay, so
We'll try not to miss your comments.
Yeah, we'll try not to miss your comments. Hopefully, we see everything okay.
Now it seems to be working okay.
Okay, I think we're okay.
Hello, all.
Hi.
Oh, Joe's here. Now we can get started.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're like 2 days late. Sorry about that.
Yes, we're supposed to tell you about in one moment, but are we ready to kick this off?
I'm guessing we are.
We're going to get this party started, right?
Let's go. Okay.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 17 for August 8th, 2018. I am Scott Atwood.
And I am Michelle Atwood.
And we're your hosts.
Your hostesses with the mostesses.
You're in trouble.
So funny.
Oh, Chrissy's here. Now we can really get started.
Okay, so, and thank you, Pamela Denman, for that. She said ours was the first Disney blog she ever read.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome because there's all kinds to choose from, but she chose us. So.
And that's odd because we're going to be talking about basically the first one you read.
Okay.
That's funny.
So we have
Anyway.
lots to talk about. Well, I think we do. Anyway,
Sure.
we're going to try.
Let me catch you up on why we're late. So last week's show ended on Monday night, and Michelle was feeling really homesick, if you couldn't tell by the video, because of talking about Michigan food, Michigan family, Michigan friends, Michigan everything in the mitten. So, and we're right here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
People from Michigan, that's what we do. When you say, "Oh, where are you from?"
Right here.
You got to just show on the mitten where you are.
The people not from Michigan always go this way, and it's like, no, it's this way.
Okay.
So, but anyway, so she was sad, and in my ways to try to make her happy, I quickly checked on a flight and found a flight, and it was a good thing too because we actually had a family emergency that happened the next day, so it was good timing for us actually to be headed home. So we went back home. Monday night we decided last minute we're gonna go, and we got back home on Thursday. Is that when we ended up going?
Yeah, because we
Thursday.
had we have other things like I don't know, like right now, as crazy as it sounds, especially to people up north, it's back to school time down here. So the boys start school on Monday, which is very sad to me. So we had a lot of stuff to squeeze in between, like I said, we had to be back because they had eye appointments today. They had open house today. What else did they have? Like they just stuff to
That's
do.
it. Yeah,
so.
there's just stuff to do. Get back. They gotta get all their video game playing in time before they start school. That takes out 8 hours a day of video game time. So what are you gonna do? I mean, you're stuck. So you just gotta get back. So we went home really quick. Thursday we came back. Yesterday late in the evening we arrived back.
But what did we do? Let's reverse it.
Well, the first thing we did was we got off the plane, got in her dad's car, and we went straight to the Coney Island. That's where we went first.
That's not what I was gonna say.
But that's what I was gonna say. 'Cause it's all about food.
Yeah. So did we get good food in Michigan, Rhonda.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Like, as soon as we got off the plane, like he said, that's the first thing we did is we went to Leo's Coney Island in Allen Park, Michigan, our old stomping ground.
And if you recall last week, we mentioned we had just started diets. Well, those kind of went out the window.
You know.
So currently we're not on a diet.
No. So we have to reset our diets because the kids start school Monday, and we're gonna buckle down Monday.
We have a lot to do the next few days. We're gonna be busy. Things the boys want to do. We got a convention to cover, so we decided we're gonna wait till next Monday. So you're gonna have 2 happy campers on next Monday's show.
Yeah, we're gonna be like starving on Monday, but that's okay. Did I get an ice cap? Yes, I didn't get it till yesterday, but
Yes,
I did go to Tim
yes,
Hortons and get an ice cap.
Yes,
What
you
else did we have when we were there? We
We
had
had
Chinese
pizza,
food.
Roma's Pizza, Shanghai,
Chinese food.
Chinese food. We had Leo's twice. Allen
Yeah.
Park Coney once. Kirby Coney Island once. Wow. And Dunkin' Donuts.
We ate horrible the past few days. Okay, so
But before we left,
before we left, okay, you go.
so last Tuesday, the reason we didn't leave right away to go to Michigan is last Tuesday we were invited to a very small gathering at a restaurant bar, I guess you could say,
Yeah, in celebration.
to celebrate Deb Will's retirement. If you don't know Deb has run All Ears Net amongst other sites.
Since in the 90s.
Since the 90s, 22 years I want to say she's been doing this, and Deb has decided to retire. Deb meant a lot to both of us. When we first got into this whole thing, the only blog and site Michelle knew about was Deb's. So that's a lot of the one we used as our basis to how we wanted to do the Main Street Mouse and things like that. And since we moved here and getting to know Deb, and she's such a wonderful person. I really enjoy talking to her. She's a cancer survivor of decades,
Yes.
not just a few years. Cancer survivor.
She's just ready to enjoy life.
Travel.
And
She said wants to travel.
And she said to not do the grunt work. And her and I had a talk about how when you're doing this job that people think it's, and it is wonderful. It's all Mickey bars and sunshine and parades and fun. But when you're doing like a media job and you have to cover events and you have to make sure your information is right, and it's not all fun. It's better than sitting in a cubicle, I will say that. But it's a lot of work. And she just said that she is ready to get on to the next part of her life and enjoy some downtime. And I truly can't blame her of it.
Not at all. And she told us she's handing the site off to some very good hands to take care of it. No announcements or anything like that I know of to come out about that, so we're not going to speculate or talk about that. But we just wanted to wish Deb well. Congratulations on the retirement, Deb. You've earned it.
You totally earned it.
She's probably the one that created this position for all of us other bloggers who do this.
Yeah, she blazed the trail for the blogging community. She was one of the first. And her being a female was pretty darn great too, because there's very few of us in that position. So thank you, Deb, for blazing it for all of us. And she's a trailblazer. Let's just say it that she is.
She's an awesome woman. We just wish her well. She did say she'll show up here and there at events.
Yes.
That we go to.
And her and I are trying to meet for like coffee or a drink or something in the next couple weeks, so I'll be sure to tell you about that too.
And we need to see if we can get her to come on here.
Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah.
That would be fun. You and her could talk about things, because she told us the first time she was invited to Disney for a media event, that she said I think there was 5 people that got invited.
Yeah.
And she said it was just so odd that they invited them out to talk about things. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
Her story's really awesome. So,
so
good luck, Deb.
Yes,
Yep,
congratulations on your retirement, Deb.
So,
and thank you for inviting us to your retirement party.
Thank you for,
Thank you. It was
for having us there. It was fun. We were there. Panda was there. A few other.
Just a couple of us were there. Some Disney.
Our contacts at Disney
contacts.
were there. They helped put it all together, and it was great. It was a fun time. So thank you all for having us there. Again, congratulations to Deb. You've done wonderful, and I hope we can continue to make you proud in this Disney blogging community.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great way to put it.
I just rolled that off the top of my head.
Boom, there
I'm
you
like
go.
a witty comedian.
Okay, so
anyway, so let's go back to Main Street Mouse stuff. Or Main Street Michigan stuff.
Main Street Michigan stuff. Yeah, because we always have a story. Don't we always have a story?
Who else? So Deb's party was Tuesday.
Yeah.
We got home Wednesday. We had a lot to do and like a day to do it in, because we had to get everything done Wednesday because we were leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning for the airport on Thursday. So we had a lot of the Charlie's Project items we had to mail out. We ended up taking like 200 packages. We had to get to the post office. We had to take care of that. We had to get clothes washed, go to the store. take care of the dog, the cat, get everything set so we can leave bright and early Thursday. So normally we have like a week or 2 weeks to plan all this. So we squeeze it all into like 2 days.
We did.
A day and a half, more or less. So Wednesday, like I said, we just kind of getting ready and everything. And then Thursday, bright and early, we get ready. We're off to the airport, and somebody was already nervous. I won't say who, but she's sitting right there.
Okay, yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I
Let's
don't
just
like
say
to fly.
she was having some juice that morning.
I don't like to fly. I don't make any
Hey, look, you joined the thing.
apologies for not liking to fly.
No, she's very nervous flying, and I get it. Everybody has their phobias. Hers is flying. So we know that going into it every time. So we just try to keep her calm and get ready for the flight. Oh, it's not always easy.
It's not. Okay, and here's why. Okay, so those of you that fly to Disney, or anywhere for that matter, some people think air travel is great. It's fast, it's easy, it's whatever. But those like myself who have an irrational fear of flying might not agree with that.
Irrational.
It's irrational.
The key word
It's
there.
an irrational fear of flying.
It's something when the steward and stewardesses come by and they go, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey." It's not that bad, honey.
No, but it is that bad, and I'm going to tell you why. Here we go. So I have a couple stories for you. We'll start with this one. All right, so
grab some popcorn, sit back. You're going to be entertained.
Here we go.
Hopefully not
I
offended.
know it's not our usual evening, so we may or may not get new people or not.
And we don't have a lot of Disney news to talk about.
We don't, but we got stories.
We got stories.
We got stories. Okay, so I may or may not have had a breakfast cocktail, and we got on the plane. Or we got on a plane, and so we're sitting there, and I'm like scared to death, of course. So then these guys are walking in and out, and they have like maintenance shirts on, and I'm like, why do they have maintenance shirts on? He's like, it's routine. They're just checking things out.
I had no idea why. I just had to say something to try to calm her down.
I think he was trying to do that to me.
I was hoping they were just refilling the food.
So then all of a sudden the pilot comes on and says, ladies and gentlemen, we've been delayed because there was a crack in the valve in the engine. In the engine.
It wasn't a crack.
He said a crack in the valve. Crack in the valve.
It wasn't crack.
Okay, a crack in anything in the engine.
It was a leak in the valve.
Same thing, because
No.
a crack and a leak is the same thing.
A valve leak means there's air coming through. They just needed to seal that up.
Okay, but ignore him.
Wasn't
Okay,
a crack.
so anyway, don't argue with me in front of people. It's embarrassing. Okay, so he said, oh, we should have it fixed in like 20 minutes. So then a little bit later, he comes back on and says that the maintenance people are not happy with said repair job and everybody's got to get off the plane.
Mind you, we've been staying on the plane at this point about 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah. So.
In that little tiny seat that fits like a 2-year-old comfortably.
Yeah. So then we had to get off the plane. And so people were getting upset because like how long is the delay going to be? And they said like hour and a half. But there was something wrong in the engine. I mean, people, come on. Wouldn't you rather be safe? So they said they're either going to try to fix that plane or they're going to get us a different plane. And either way, I was not happy. They couldn't have said anything that's going to make me happy at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't give people a hard time. I just sat out there back in the terminal.
You did your nails.
Unhappy. I did my nails because I was a little bit nervous. But I got my nails done. Love it. So yeah, so then like what?
And we thought it could be up to an hour and a half, but luckily it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
We were back on pretty quickly.
So yeah, we got back on the plane. Same plane, mind you. They fixed it.
But they said it was much better now. Everything was good. Spirit Airlines, who we flew, was one of their yellow planes, youngest fleet in the industry. But it
had a crack/leak in the engine, so I wasn't okay with that. So then I'm texting my dad, and I'm like, "Oh Lord Jesus, please!" I'm like, "Dad, I'm scared." He's like, "It'll be fine. It'll be fine." And then he like sent me pictures of like their pool, like, "Look what's waiting for you." And I'm like, "If I don't blow up, it's waiting for me." I was really not happy at all. So we did get back on the plane.
We did.
And
then
obviously we're fine.
She needed another drink at that point because her earlier drink had worn off.
Well, yeah, after all that, it did.
Yeah. And it was funny because the stewardess goes, "Would you like a single or a double?" And she's like, "Well, if you're asking, I'm going to take a double."
And I said, "Please don't judge." She's like, I don't judge. Because I'm sure they see people that are a mess like me all the time.
Oh, they've told us they do. The
Yeah.
last time we went home in April, they actually gave her a drink because we were in the front row and the one steward was standing there and he goes, "Oh, honey, I'll take care of you. Don't give her a drink. Help her calm down." When the tears roll, that's a trick. If you want free drinks, you start crying on a plane, you might get a drink.
No, and I don't do that to get a free drink. I do it because I'm absolutely terrified.
I would.
So there's that. But yeah, no, the last time that guy was like, "Oh, honey, you've just been through it. Oh my God, let me take care of you."
He gave her a hug as we're leaving the plane.
So like double, but
she'll tell you she watches the crew like she's studying them to be one of them. She's like, because if they show they're nervous, then she gets nervous. But if they're acting fine, she doesn't have a problem with it.
Well, yeah, if they're sitting there reading a magazine or chit chatting or filing their nails, then I know we're good.
But the best part is what the guy told us in April. He goes, "You're not allowed to know if I'm nervous."
Yeah, he is like, we're not allowed to show fear or nerves or whatever. So, but whatever, it was fine.
Anyway, so we made it to Michigan.
Yes, we made it to Michigan.
Safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
And then we went and got food.
And we got food.
Good food.
Good food. And then
us eat food. Go figure.
Yeah,
Never
no
saw
wonder I
avocado.
can't lose any weight. So
my 2 conies and chili cheese fries were good.
yeah, so yeah, if you guys, the food is better up north. I will debate that with anyone. The food is better up north. Wouldn't you say? It's heavier up north though. So like after a couple of days, we're kind of not feeling as good.
No,
because you just we're not used to that anymore.
You just don't feel good whatsoever.
No. But the good part was we were able to see our family, which we were missing. We got to go to a couple of different places that we wanted to go to. I got to see my nephew, who I hadn't seen since he was a week old.
6 days or something like that.
And and I love him to pieces, and I miss kissing his cheeks already. He's 3 months old now, 3.5. And then we got to go where we lived before. Every year there was a street fair in our town. So and that was like there's not that a whole lot to do in Michigan.
That's the big thing in
That
Michigan.
was the thing.
And
The street
football
fair.
season's getting ready to happen, so they're kind of getting pumped up for that. Because the Allen Park is where the Detroit Lions home.
Where we lived is where the Lions training facility is. So it's like football is a thing. The
Hockey,
street fair is a
baseball.
thing. Of course, Detroit Red Wings, it's sports town. But
That's all we got.
That's all we got.
Food, sports, and now if we just win, we'd be all set.
Yeah. So what we did was we parked a few blocks away from our old house with my mom, and we walked. And it's very weird, like when you don't live where you've always lived anymore. Because, like, I remember walking the boys up to that street fair when they were babies.
Pushing them in the stroller.
Or pushing them in a stroller or the wagon. Or, just, it was very cool to be home.
Cynthia knows it's cold up there. She's from Dearborn.
Yeah, it is cold. So the real reason I wanted to come home. Yeah, food, street fair, family. I got to see my best girlfriends up north. I got to see both.
Not together, though.
No, they came visit me at separate times. But it was great. It was fast. But you know what? I will take a little bit of time over no time. I mean,
I'll remind her of that next time.
Until there's okay, but we did.
I got video proof that you said that.
Yes, but we actually had when we were at the street fair, we had a Main Street Mouse sign made.
We couldn't get it home.
Okay, my Florida Living blog, which is actually kind of Michigan Living, is going to be it's going to be posted after this, so you'll probably reread all of this anyway. But
you'll see the picture.
Oh, you'll see the picture. Yes, there's a picture in there. Okay, so there's this guy that makes these signs, and it's like a picture frame, but there's like different sections.
It's 4x6 sections, and he takes different things that create a letter, and then the letters form whatever word you want to have it done.
Yeah.
So we had one of those made.
Yeah, we had a Main Street Mouse one made, and we got the smaller one thinking it was going to fit in our carry-on. It didn't. So
about
it's still
2 inches.
in
Yeah,
Michigan.
2 inches. So we're gonna have to wait till
Christmas.
or if we decide we really want it and get it mailed back here, we'll have to do that. But it's just funny going back now after living here. Things we used to think were really expensive.
Yeah.
The street fair aren't that expensive anymore once you live in Florida. So
Everything's more expensive in Florida.
It is.
Everything.
It was so funny that we'd go out to dinner, Michelle's mom, dad, and the 4 of us, and it'd be cheaper than what it cost for us to go to Chick-fil-A here. I mean,
It's true. I remember, like, the cost of living, just to give you, like, when we were Allen Parkers in Michigan, it was a treat. Now, it's going to sound pathetic, but, we keep it real. It was a flippin' treat when we would go to Arby's. Now, Arby's was
and we had to have a coupon.
And you had to have a coupon. But, that was, like, $20-some fast food, and we were like, oh, we'll spring and go to Arby's tonight, or Boston Market or something.
Outback was a birthday only.
Yeah. Or a date night. I used to like, and I'd only get like a sangria or something if it was a special occasion. Because like
And
that's
she'd even eat the ice because we weren't refilling.
no, we're not refilling. So that was like a thing. But now when we go home, as opposed to Florida prices, oh my gosh, huge difference. It's so much more expensive here than it is there.
Oh yeah, I don't mind ever picking up the tab.
No, we're just like, yeah, just we'll pay because
We'd be spending more if we were here.
yeah, and Arby's doesn't seem so bad now because the Arby's
No.
here is more expensive than the Arby's there. We hardly ever go to Arby's,
We
but I
never
was
go
just
there
using it
anymore.
as an example because I prefer Chick-fil-A, which we do have Chick-fil-A down here. So,
And we're starting to get them up at
and
Michigan.
they're starting to get them up there too.
If we could just get good pizza down here, we'd be all set.
There's no good pizza down here.
None at all. So.
Oh, Shane just said date night. What's that? Yeah, that doesn't happen really anymore.
One is
especially down
17 and
here.
one is 14, so I'm thinking it might start.
It's gonna start happening again. But no, when we lived at home, we had my parents to help with the kids to go out on occasion for date night, whatever. But that just doesn't happen anymore. So
No, we have nobody, and we can't trust them alone for after dark.
they're good kids. I don't.
Actually, they'll call us wondering when we're going to be home. Not that they're worried. They just want to check on us and what they tell us.
No, but you know, it's a tourist town
Why
here.
is
so.
it more expensive? Why is living down here? Is that what Cynthia from?
Cynthia. Okay, it's more expensive, I'm guessing, because it's a tourist town. I'm guessing. Is that why?
That would be my guess. Yeah.
But
I mean,
everything's
it just seems like
expensive
everything
here.
costs more here. I mean, Chick-fil-A costs us like $38 for us
Yeah,
to go
for
there.
fast food.
So and up north.
Even
it's-
Publix is expensive. The
it's
Publix
good.
is our grocery store
And
down.
we go to one celebration, so right there it costs
Yeah.
a little more.
So anyway, okay, so I got a story for you, but
Okay, so the trip. So
okay, here it comes.
it's coming, but it was a good trip. We got to see a lot of family. Like I said, we had a family issue occur a few days before we left, so we were able to spend time with them. We did get to see all our family. Actually, Michelle's other cousin was in town from Connecticut, so
Yeah, total
it was,
coincidence.
Total coincidence. So we saw Ashley and Matt. It was just nice to hang out with the family. It was a great day on Saturday. We were all at her mom and dad's pool. The backyard looks like Margaritaville. So we were just hanging out, having fun in the sun. Good food and just talking and.
It was good. It was needed. You know, I when we were home in April, we were there for my grandma's 90th birthday, and that was a short trip. So usually we try to go for a little bit longer, but like I said, with things down here, back to school is Monday. We're trying to get in a little bit of stuff. Plus, next week is busy, like Disney-wise, because all the Halloween merchandise will be out, which I'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
The very first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party is next Friday,
And
which
we
is
will be
crazy.
there.
We'll be there.
Michelle and I will be there.
It's a media night, so the boys won't be with us on opening night. So we're going to actually be working the Halloween party.
Yeah, we're gonna take them back later because it's not gonna be fun for them if we're working and they're having to catch up with us and do what we're doing. So we're gonna take them back later in the year.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Anyway, so let's back up. Okay, so we had our trip. Everything's going good. We ate our food. Great. Monday's here. Okay, Michelle's starting to get a little nervous. And Tuesday is rolling on up. And going to the airport. Dad's dropping us off at the airport. No tears. It was just, see you guys in a few weeks. They're going to be here in November. So see you guys in a couple weeks. Well, 12.
A few
But
sounded
it's getting-
better.
Yeah, so we said our goodbyes. We go in the airport. We got there early because we hadn't had lunch. So one last time we went to the Coney Island.
We went to
That's
the
in
Coney
airport.
Island. Shocker.
Airport with a Coney Island. Go figure. So we went. We had that. But then we started realizing it's getting really close to plane time, so we better get hustling.
Yeah, so we had to hurry up and get over to the check-in for the flight. And I don't even know how to tell this story. It's so bad. Please don't
Okay.
judge. Don't judge because...
If you've ever flown Spirit, Spirit makes you pay for your seats, and we were able to actually get the front row on both sides. So the boys were on the one side, and me and her at the other side. So they call it the big seats. I call it the big boy seat because it fits me perfectly.
And you can see the staff better to look at them and make sure that
Right.
there's nothing funny going on with the plane.
So we actually had the more comfortable seats for the ride home, which really helps me because I don't fit in the other seats. I just physically cannot fit. So we were able to sit up front. So we actually didn't get on the plane first, though. We were one of the last groups to get on the plane because somebody had to go to the bathroom and
Really?
cruise and walk
just
slow.
go on.
Because she didn't want to get on the plane.
I know I had to get on the plane, though.
So we got on the plane, and right away, there's a foul stench.
Foul.
Foul stench in the plane, and we'll tell you what that stench is in just a few moments. But before that foul stench, they came out and said, we're still looking for 2 people to volunteer to get off the plane. Now, had there only been 2 of us, we would have volunteered to get off the plane because they were giving you $750 each in credit, and a night at the hotel, plus a food dinner voucher to take the next flight in the mornings. So if we wouldn't have had 4 of us, we would gladly have done that. But we didn't. We should have, though, after what happened within a few minutes.
I'm like, why are they trying to get people off the plane? And then my worst case scenario is I'm thinking
Final
like
destination.
Final destination. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you remember that horrible movie and like some people got off the plane and some didn't.
Because they were fighting, wasn't it?
Yeah. But then the people that didn't get off the plane died in the plane crash and it was horrible. So here I am thinking, oh my God. I'm starting to look around and I'm just like, oh my God, maybe we should get off the plane. And he's like, no, we're not getting off the plane. So this
We should have. I was wrong. I fully admit it here on a video. I was wrong. We should have just said, I'll take 4 off and we'll just take what you offered for 2.
So we're sitting in the front seats, which we paid a little extra for. And then they start moving people around behind us.
With the stench.
It's a stench, not a stench.
Whatever, it
It's
was
a stench.
horrible.
It was stanky. It was bad.
I had stank face for 10 minutes.
We're like, what is that smell? So then we see this guy behind us, and he's got a dog.
A big dog.
A big dog and a cat in a carrier. And they make him go back out into the waiting area.
On the tarmac, isn't it?
And they're like, we need somebody to give up a seat. Then they were trying to get this other lady. She's like, do you want to sit next to this man? And they're like, but he's got a cat and a dog.
Big dog. They kept saying big dog.
Big dog.
Big dog.
And the lady's like, no, I don't even want the big seat anymore. I'm going.
I'll take my little seat in the back of the plane and be crunched between 2 other people.
Yeah. So then this gentleman comes back in. And again, big dog, smelly cat. And the cat smelled like a litter box, really, really bad.
Really bad, like the cat had gone all over itself in the box and nobody else.
Something. Okay, so we're all sitting there and the smell was so bad. So a lady comes in. She wasn't on our flight, but she was working at the airport.
She was working the one as you're getting on board. She was checking.
And this is at Detroit. Now people don't play in Detroit. They're pretty darn honest with you.
There is no being politically correct or anything.
No,
in Detroit. They don't care.
So she leans into me and she's like, I am so sorry. It stinks in here, and there's nothing we can do about it because he says those are special needs service cats and dogs. Now, mind you, the cat and the dog.
They didn't act like service. We don't know. We're not judging.
We're not judging.
But the dog was trying to lick people and play with people.
The dog wouldn't sit. The cat, again, was in a cat carrier going potty all over itself. The poor cat. But the smell. So, and then they got this poor girl, bless her heart, that sat next to cat guy on the plane. There's no room. She's got her feet up on the cat box.
They made him take the cat out of the carrier and hold the cat for the 2.5 hours.
No, he put it back.
Oh, did he?
He put it back.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't about
Yes.
to turn around and look.
So yeah, so we're taking off, and the stewardess, again, God bless them, the Detroit stewardesses, they were pretty funny. So we go to take off, and this lady stands up, and I can hear her. She's like, does anyone in the back of the plane have air freshener?
She's
any type
talking
of
to
air
the
freshener?
crew in the back of the plane on
You
the
know,
little
she
intercom.
said, because I'm not even hungry anymore. It smells so bad up here, and there's nothing we can do about it. So she's like, no air freshener.
So we're sitting in the first one. As you come to the door, we're just on the other side of the glass, and then they took their seats right by the door. And all of a sudden, the lady reaches something to me, because I'm the one by the window. And I grab it, and it was a bag of coffee grounds. She handed us the bag of unbrewed coffee grounds, and she goes like this. She goes
like this. Put it over your face. So we're all sitting there with coffee grounds on our face. The 2 flight attendants in front of us are sitting there with coffee grounds on their face because of the cat pee smell. It was the worst thing.
We tried to we go, do you want your coffee grounds back? She had the whole bag. She goes, no, I'm good. And she was like...
So yeah, only us, I swear.
You can't make this up.
You cannot make this up.
So, we're suffering through this whole flight. People are making comments throughout the whole flight. We're listening to the guy talk to us the whole flight, and I don't even know what to say at that point.
It was so bad.
It was horrible.
It was so bad.
So we land, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, great, we made it. We're gonna get off this plane, get away from that odor, and everything's gonna be better. They couldn't find a place to pull us into, so we sat there for 45 minutes waiting to pull into the gate so we could deplane. It was horrible because the whole time the two behind us are complaining about why is it taking so long to get off the plane. It's like, we want you off just as bad as you want to get off.
Trust me, because at that point the smell was just, the cat must have gone potty again, because the smell got worse when we landed. And he's complaining that he can't, like, oh, I don't want to sit here anymore. I'm like, man, we don't want to sit here anymore either. So I guess...
he must be hard to smell in. Because he couldn't even smell that.
But
seriously.
Here's the thing, folks. I may say things, I know everybody gets offended about lots of things these days, so I'm going to put a precursor on that I'm not trying to be offensive, I'm just trying to be real. Because
manners.
That's what we do. So this man, obviously, a service cat, if it was a service cat, I don't think it would be crying in the box and peeing on itself. I don't think so. Service dog didn't have a vest and it wouldn't listen to him. It was all over. It was like a zoo.
But then I heard him say a couple times, oh, they play all the time together. They've been together since they were born and they're just my pets at home. So he kept saying the wrong thing. So if you're trying to sell this airline that these are service animals, I need them, don't keep saying how they play all the time and how they've been together since birth and all this other stuff, because you're killing your whole life.
So then somebody else said maybe this man just didn't want to pay for his animals to fly, so he said they were service animals, and I guess they're not allowed to question you anymore. And I know it's the same thing as Disney. We'll get there in a second. But it was bad. And the thing is that these flight attendants, you could sense the irritation, because the whole, you're in this little area and you're flying together and it smells like a barn. It was so bad.
The lesson here is, if you want free drinks and you can't cry, hopefully there's a cat that's peeing all over itself behind you, because we got free drinks again.
Service cat. So we're sitting there like this. They're putting coffee grounds through the windows, trying to get the smell. And then they come out with the service cart, and he wanted a Diet Coke, Andrew wanted a Coke, and I pull out my debit card. She's like, "Oh no, you guys no.
Put your cards away. You guys are sitting too close to this.
Put your card away," because it was that bad. It stunk so bad, and the cat was right behind my chair, and the dog, you know what? Let's just say this. Let's just say this. If I were a betting person, I'm gonna guess those were not service animals. But
we don't know for sure.
We don't know for
and
sure.
If they are great, but they should have behaved better. From every service animal, and her cousin actually trained a dog for service.
Yes. And it doesn't act like that.
No, they're trained. I've never heard of a service cat.
Is there a service cat?
Cats are very hard to train.
Has anybody? Feel free to jump in, because this is a great discussion. Has anybody else heard of a service cat?
I never have.
And if so, does said service cat, wouldn't they be able to fly or behave or not freak out? I don't know. So by the time they finally let us out of this plane, none of us could breathe.
The four of us ran.
We're like, oh my God.
After the stewardess gave her a hug.
The stewardess gave me a hug. She's like, oh girl, I'm sorry. Because the cat's right there, so I had the best or worst airflow with me and the cat. And I'm sitting there, my hands smelled like coffee for hours, even after I washed them, because we had coffee grounds that we're trying to smell. So when we're getting off the plane, and here comes the guy with the misbehaving dog and the service cat. Now the service cat is screaming, meow, meow, going down the thing, and it's echoing everywhere, meow, meow. And I'm just like, now come on now. Who's he fooling? And then he ruined the whole flight. And then don't you think that there should be rules against this stuff? I don't know what.
Well, no, that's what everybody's saying. It was probably an emotional support animal, not necessarily.
It was in the box. No, he said it was a special needs service cat.
That's what he kept claiming it as.
Claiming a special needs service cat. Now the cat might have needed some help because the poor thing was crying. Now, you know what? I don't think that it was fair to the animal. Now, mind you, none of us could breathe. That's not the point. The point is this poor animal is stuck in this carrier, obviously upset.
Well, my biggest thing too is he only paid for one seat, and that was clear because they put somebody in the seat next to him. But
and nobody would sit next to him because of the smell.
But he has a 75-pound dog and a cat carrier that's probably as big, our two computers combined, and they didn't force him to buy a second seat for all that, which, being a bigger guy, and I used to be a lot bigger and I used to fly often, they try to charge me for a second seat just because I would be leaning into the next seat. But yet this guy can have his animals take up the entire floor of the two seats, but they're only going to charge him for one.
And then that poor girl had to put her feet on the cat
She was
carrier. I mean, you know, I just don't...
Listening to her, she was fine.
I just don't understand. But you know what? It bothered me, and I think I'm going to write a letter or an email. Scott says nobody writes letter anymore. Letters, but I'm going to write an email because
Aiden is allergic to cats.
Our younger son has asthma, and he's allergic to cats. Now, if he would have been in my chair, I'd have blown a fit because he get asthma on the plane, have an allergic reaction. He's highly allergic, but thank God he was sitting on the other side of the aisle,
And
it didn't bother him. But I really think that something needs to be. I mean, it just was a mess. And even the steward, the flight attendants were like, "Oh my gosh!"
We heard them say that they've never experienced anything like this before.
Anything like that. So I mean, I really think that there's got to be limits on things. So service cat and the big dog was something I will never forget. And so when we pull in, we landed. So I have a little group chat going on with my girls that work with me. And they're like, "Are you okay?"
The snark fest.
Are you, did you land okay? They knew I was not happy in the plane, whatever. And I'm like, I gotta tell you guys this story. You're never gonna believe it. So then, I mean, I'm telling them about the cat and the pee and the oh my God. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. I mean, you can't. And I'm not, you know what? I don't necessarily want anything from Spirit Airlines. I just really think...
Bring it to their attention.
Because, like I said, my son has horrible allergies and asthma. And that you know as well as I do, if anybody who has a cat, service cat or not, the litter box smells. It's a very the ammonia smell.
It's horrible. And it's not good to breathe it in, and we sat there and breathed it in for over almost 3 hours.
Yeah, because by the time we got 3 hours of like putting your face in cat litter, it was the worst thing ever.
I'm not feeling good now.
Yeah, I know. Nobody should have to do that. So that led me to think about the whole subject of service animals. I remember here's a story. I remember specifically being at the World of Disney store in Disney Springs. And there's these ladies that are shopping, and the one lady has a dog with her. And the dog starts jumping up on people, and she was by the kitchen stuff. And it kind of like ran into like where the coffee mugs and stuff were, and they were like clanging together. And her friend says to her, "You need to get a hold of your dog because they're going to find out that that's not really a service dog." And she turned to her friend and she said, "Well, they can't ask me about it, so..." And that was that blatantly right in the middle of everybody. So it's like that's so wrong, because I really think that some people take advantage of the service animal thing at the parks and in other places. Airplane, you don't want to pay for your pets to fly. Service cat. Hashtag service cat.
Service cat. Service cat.
So what I'm saying
what are they feeding you?
Okay, yes, service cat. But like the people that want to bring their pets to the parks and stuff just because, hey, this is great, I'm gonna get attention, this is fun, I don't have to use the pet care. I don't
have to spend any of my money.
Exactly.
That's what it comes out.
Exactly. Because like that lady who out in the open of the store, and speaking of animals, you can hear ours.
Now Jack's acting up.
Now Jack's acting up.
And definitely not a service animal because he can't even find his own stuff.
He's not. Jack needs help.
So Jack needs his own service animal.
Jack needs help. So, but the thing is that these ladies are sitting there talking in the open in the World of Disney, like, "Oh well, yeah, I don't have a service animal, but it's in here shopping, and what are you gonna do about it?" Basically saying like, "What are you gonna do?" Nothing. So I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but I really feel
I have a suggestion.
Well, okay, hold that. I really feel that someday something bad could happen, like these people with fake service dogs. What if said fake service dog like bit somebody in the parks? Or, you know, because you don't know what
and then the
could
person's
happen.
going to get sued, the dog's going to get put down, and Disney's going to get sued.
Yeah, so like what happens when people try to pull one over on Disney or airplanes or, you know, a lot of places now. And I think it really hinders for people that really do need a service animal, you know, people with real medical conditions that really need the help. When you got people that try to cheat the system, there's no way that you can tell who really needs it and who doesn't. And I personally think that it's wrong and they shouldn't be allowed to do that, and that there's got to be a better way. I've seen the service horse at Disney. There was a horse. I've seen, what else have we seen? We've seen some stuff. Oh, we've seen rainbow poodles.
They have an Instagram account that they
have
actually
an
hand out
Instagram
Instagram cards.
She passes out the Instagram account. Follow us on Instagram. No.
Not their service animal.
No. Service animals are supposed to be working and you're not supposed to engage.
Right.
If they're working, you're not supposed to be able to pet them. And, you know what I'm saying? Is anybody following me here?
I mean, I think it just goes to what society is turning into, that we just accept everything. And I think when it comes to medical issues, I still feel you need a doctor's notice saying, yes, this
But
is what
everybody
they need.
gets all offended because
But
you
that's
can't,
the problem,
you
is
can't
our
ask
society's
me
changing.
to tell you why I need help or an animal or whatever.
I think we need to go back to the way things used to be. And
They never used to have this problem. So why do you guys think that is? Why do you think that, like, I mean, I've been going to Disney forever. And only since we've moved here in the past couple of years have I noticed people pushing the envelope as far as, you know, abusing the system for things. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean,
I don't know. There's so many things. It bothers me a lot that people are always going to take advantage of any system they can, as long as they can, as long as nobody calls them out for it.
yeah.
And because of the society we live in, you can't call them out, because if you call them out, you're the bad person.
Yeah, and you know what? When I'm telling you the story about the cat, hear that squeak? That's Jack. He found a skunk.
And we already know we're going to get some backlash about what we're saying of our opinion, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion just as we are ours. It's just, I think sometimes some things need to change, and some things need to be let go, and some things need to have changed in society, and it's a good thing. But some things, not everything needed to change. And that's my belief. That some things were fine, why did we break it? Like math. Why did we change math to new math? Nobody understands it. Why do we have to let dogs and stuff go ride on the roller coasters?
Why does your dog have to squeak his
Why does your
toy
dog have to
while
squeak?
you're on a live feed?
And hope Amazon doesn't knock on the door while we're sitting here.
Yeah.
I noticed that, Debbie, you just said something about the parking and handicap parking, you need a tag and doctors, but not at Disney. Disney, all you gotta do is say you can't walk as far, or your legs hurt or whatever, and they will let you park there.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
don't
called
question
it's
you.
not called handicap anymore.
Or
it's assistance parking, I believe, is what they go by the term. So you don't even need that. Which I understand Disney has to take the approach of, okay, we have to try to make everybody happy, and we can't offend anybody because it could be negative press if that person calls Orlando Sentinel and they report the news, and then Disney's in the spotlight for something negative, because the whole story never gets out, unfortunately.
But I really do think, and I hope I'm wrong, but I do think that if this continues on, that somebody is going to get bit or hurt or something is going to happen, because when you can tell a service animal behaves, it pays attention to the person it's supposed to. They have things on the side that says, you know, do not pet or working, and they behave. I mean, they behave. Right. And these pets that are jumping and hopping all over the place and barking at people in the stores and stuff in the parks, it's like a real service animal knows to behave. So I don't know.
And I mean, and we could look at it when you get on the airport, or when you go to the airport at Orlando, they have a German Shepherd that's being escorted by a dog that sniffs you.
Oh yeah.
And he's not posing for pictures. He's not trying to play with people. He's not. I mean, he's working. And
he's not saying
he's
follow
a
me on
police dog.
Instagram.
Yeah, he's not saying, he's a police dog, and he's doing his job, and he's doing it the best possible he can, because he's keeping them people safe.
Yeah.
But a service animal should be only worried about the person they're servicing, and not about playing with the person sitting across the hall or the aisle away from that person.
Yeah.
or sniffing the cat or any of those things. It just, and the guy kept saying, oh, my animals love to fly. They're so great at it. They fly all the time, and I love taking them all.
And then when the cat started crying, he's like, oh,
odd.
maybe she just doesn't feel like flying today. Or maybe you shouldn't have brought your cat on a plane. And the cat was obviously upset. You know, it's not the cat's fault. You know, I just think, you know, as far as Disney goes, I joke all the time, and it's a joke. You've seen my dog, a lot of you, my little fat bulldog, Jack.
I'm not picking him up.
Yeah, he's little bit chubby and cute. I love Jack. And
Little chubby?
Okay, very chubby and cute. Look,
he's supposed to weigh 12 pounds. He's 36.
Okay, he's a little overweight. So,
There's 3 of him.
He's right here. He's like, who's talking to me? Or talking about me. I always joke, like if we're going to be at the park all day long or whatever, and I joke with him like, oh, I want to take Jack. Now, to me, I would not take Jack because even if I tried to pull a scam, which I wouldn't, but if I wanted to, it'd be more hassle for you to take your dog to the park, so you have to worry about them misbehaving or lifting a leg on something, or what are you going to do with it when you're going on a ride? And, you know, I think that if people were to just, you know, use your common sense and maybe just don't do things the shady way, you know?
And I just want to comment, we're not saying that these animals aren't needed for some people, because we totally understand there are people who need it. There's people from seizures, the animal can detect a seizure. There's people with heart conditions that the animal can detect if a problem is.
People who can't see.
People who can't see, of course, need the dog to help them. We do know that there's many people who need it all over, and that one I don't have a problem with at all. But when the animal is obviously not a service animal, that's when I know they're taking advantage of the system, and that's where it kind of irks me a little bit. It's like, well, what can I get away with then? If you're getting away with this, what can I try to get away with?
But see, we wouldn't do that because we're not crappy people. I mean, we wouldn't do that.
Because I wouldn't want people to point the finger at me like, oh, you took your dog there and your dog's not a service animal.
Scarlett said pet swap. Yeah, instead of kid swap, it's pet swap.
It is. It's
you
just,
know?
It's just irritating to watch people take advantage of a system the system is broken, and that's why they're able to take advantage of it. But I think instead of not addressing the system issues, somebody needs to come up with a better idea, a better plan of how to do it.
Yeah, but like I said before, this never used to be a problem. So where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong as a society or businesses or whatever to where this should not, why is this even an issue? And you know what? This poor guy on the plane, I mean, it was very blatant that those were not service animals.
He slipped many times in his loud discussions with the girl next to him that they weren't, and that's and then there's nothing the crew can do at that point. They can't say, well, when we land, we're going to charge you. No, they can't do that. They can't do anything. And it's just, I feel if you have documented proof from a doctor that says this is what these animals are for, then that's fine. But if you have no proof and you're just going by the person's word, I don't trust many people in their word.
Yeah.
I don't think we can, as a society, trust many people at their word. So,
yeah, most people, I mean, not most. There's a lot of good people out there, but there's some that just don't want to play by the rules. But yeah, so poor Smelly Cat and the big dog and the whole mess. And
that's it. Vanessa's right. They bring their animals because they know they can get away with it.
Yeah.
And they're too cheap to pay to
Vanessa, you are right. Vanessa,
Vanessa.
I know. Vanessa, you are spot on. You know, people do it because they can. But yeah, I really would you guys write a letter to Spirit Airlines about the
you
cat
have
box?
lots of people say do it.
Because I usually don't complain. I'm one of those people that even I don't like to complain about anything, especially like restaurants. I'm not you. I'll complain to you all day. I'm talking. He doesn't count. I'm talking about people in other people, whether it be a restaurant or at Disney or a store. I don't usually say anything, but this time I'm a bit annoyed. Because my son with allergies and asthma is sitting across the aisle from a cat litter box. I mean, I just think that it was not okay. Right. And no cat grounds in the coffee grounds, cat grounds. I'm stuck on the cat thing. The coffee grounds were great. And to those flight attendants who passed the coffee bags around, you're the best.
They did the best they could, and we're not disappointed at all with the staff. They have to do what they're told to do, just like anybody has to do what their boss tells them to do or what their company policy is. So they did the best they could. And they all knew. I mean, they all knew. They kept walking past us and gave us that little smile or the wink or the, I'm sorry, you have to sit here. We can at least walk around. That's what it kind of looked like.
Yeah, and it was so funny because when we got on the plane, the one stewardess who had the bright idea about the coffee, they had brought McDonald's on the plane, and she's standing there and she's talking, and I can hear her because right in front of me, she goes, I don't even want my McDonald's anymore. She's like, I can't even eat my chicken nuggets. It smells so bad up here. And it took her probably about a good 45 minutes before she sniffed the coffee forever before she finally opened her nuggets to eat. So it was bad.
And you could just see the disgust. And they admitted they were a Detroit-based crew on this plane.
Yes.
You could just see they were so disgusted with this guy that I think they wanted to take him down the tarmac.
Because it was very bad. Let's just say that.
But let's wrap it up. We don't want to
Okay. Enough about
But the reason we didn't have our little Fatterson, Jack monster dog, was because Michelle Perkins volunteered to take him for us. Yes. So we didn't have to put him in the kennel at Disney, which is what we have done in the past. So Michelle, thank you so much for watching Jack. We do appreciate it. You kept telling us what a great time he had.
Yes, so we've been lucky that we've met some really great people through the Main Street Mouse, and Michelle has actually been one who's followed us for years. And she offered to take care of my fat boy for me. So thank you, Michelle, for taking good care of Jack. And she said he was an angel. Now I don't know if he was really an angel, but she said he was good.
He's not even an angel for us for 5 days. So
I know he's not an angel for us.
But she told us anytime we can bring him back, she'll take care of him. So we're leaving tomorrow, Michelle. So we're dropping him off about 6.
But we're not flying.
We're just giving you for a few days.
Okay.
No, that was wonderful. She took care of him for us.
Yes, thank you, Michelle.
So let's moving on. Let's talk Disney.
Okay, let's go back to
Disney. Now that we're
like,
what are we, 50 minutes into the show?
He was so worried. We're tired. We just got in last night. We're not going to have anything to talk about.
Every time we say we're going to have a short show, it's always the longer ones.
Okay, so every time. Okay, let's go back to Halloween, shall we? All right, so good evening. So this week, Halloween for DVC members for Mickey's Not So Scary. They can actually get into the park at 2 o'clock instead of 4 o'clock. So they get an extra 2 hours
with their ticket.
Yeah, with their ticket. Up to 8 people total in their group. So if you know somebody who's a DVC member and you're going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party,
latch onto them.
Yeah, because you get in 2 hours early, and actually that's really great because you get more time in the park. Okay, and also on Halloween, there's a DVC party at the Contemporary, and it's Haunted Mansion theme, I believe. I know, I would love to go.
I bet you it's like the party we saw when we went to behind the scenes for the Christmas.
I thought about that.
I bet you it's that party. That's gonna be awesome. I'm really jealous.
Yeah.
We're gonna become BBC members so we can go. We'll stop paying in November and but we'll at least get signed up through December or through November.
Yeah, okay, Carolyn just said they hope they do it for Christmas. And you know what, they might. If they're going to do it for Halloween, a lot of times the rules that they do for Halloween, they kind of extend to the Christmas party too.
I think they probably will.
Probably.
Normally they do both about the same.
Probably. So yeah, again, DVC members, you can get in at 2 for Mickey's Not So Scary. And Halloween, Contemporary Resort, Haunted Mansion theme party. I mean, how awesome would that be? Okay, so...
Sorry. So, and speaking of Halloween, next Friday, is that when we're going?
We're going next Friday.
Mickey's Not So Scary. This is Halloween.
Yeah. So then we can have the Boo to You Parade song stuck in our head from now till Christmas. And it does stick. I mean, it really does. I absolutely love Halloween at Disney, and it's early, so I know last year we had a hard time finding costumes and stuff. I don't think we're gonna, because opening night, it's a work night. We have to cover, we have a schedule for media, so please follow along on our social media that night, because I'll be posting pictures and live video.
And barring bad weather, I will be doing the parade, so hopefully we get to see the headless horseman and run. And then we'll get the whole parade. I'm going to try to get the spot that I like getting. It's right off the bridge and into the hub. That would get a little bit more of a turn. So hopefully we'll have our camera set up and recording from there and probably going live at that point. So if you want to see it next week, as long as the weather holds out, I will be doing that next week.
It's been really rainy, so we'll see. But yeah, so and then we're gonna do the opening night on the 17th, and then we'll go back at another time.
Which will be nice because then we won't have to work the second party as much.
Iris, it is the 17th.
Yes.
It's Friday the 17th. So it's not this Friday, but next Friday is opening night for Mickey's Not So Scary. And also, I've had a lot of people ask us about merchandise. And even though I was out of town, our girl Lindsay was still sending me
On the
pictures.
ball. It's amazing that the way she sends Michelle, the stuff hasn't even hit anywhere social media. Michelle just gets in her inbox from Lindsay. I mean, it's just sitting there waiting. It's like,
because she's
she
always
is
looking
on the
for
ball,
stuff.
and she's always there for you guys to make sure we see the stuff as
Yes.
fast as possible. So
that's where those pins
that's a
came
big
from.
prop to her because she's awesome.
So she got the first look at the Halloween pins. I put a blog out over the weekend, so if you didn't see it yet, you can go backtrack on our site a little bit. There's a new Halloween pins. There is let's see what else. The new Halloween ears that are coming out. Some of them are already out. There's new villains, Alex and Ani bracelets. You know, these guys that I absolutely love. Villains versions of those. And also,
Take my money, Disney. Take my money.
just keep taking our money.
Take it all.
The pins, actually, the pins are really cute this year too. And if you look on our Instagram, it's under the Main Street Mouse, all one word. There are pin photos there as well. And then if you guys didn't see, there's a new photo, like a photo pass picture at the Tower of Terror, where you can get kind of how at the Haunted Mansion they have like this skeleton faces. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Well, now they have pictures at Tower of Terror that, you know, when the lightning hits the tower and everybody, like, you know, with the they're gonna do that to you, I guess, in the picture. Well, not literally. It's gonna look like they did.
They're gonna electrocute you. The effect is gonna look so good.
It's gonna look great. They're gonna strike
Afterwards, you're not gonna feel good for a couple days, but the picture is well worth it.
Yeah, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Take that on your social media and you're gold.
You
will
do
go
what you
viral.
gotta do for
Literally.
Instagram pictures, right?
That's right.
So yeah, new pictures at Tower of Terror, new merchandise. Next week, from what I heard, now don't quote me for sure, because I'm hearing that next Monday-ish, the Halloween merchandise is going to start hitting the stores. So after we take the kids to school, we may be going over to Magic Kingdom to see what's out. And you know as well as I do that every year I'm on it with this Halloween decoration stuff.
Yeah, we will be there. Like she said, we're going to drop off the kids at school, and they actually start early, so we're probably going to drop them off. Then we'll go have breakfast. Oh, we can't. It's the first day. Oh, we'll have
crap.
breakfast. Maybe
we
will.
can't eat.
Maybe we'll start Tuesday.
Maybe. But anyway, so
we will be at the Magic Kingdom shortly there, which I don't even like going to Magic Kingdom on Mondays. It's crazy, but I
Monday
think we
is
need
always
to be there.
always video. It's crowd-wise. For some reason, Mondays at the Magic Kingdom.
And if it's not there Monday, guess where we'll be Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna keep checking, and then
Every day
if
posted.
worst comes to absolute worst, we'll be there Friday. So we will get the good photos and pictures for you this week.
Right.
Okay, so and then before we go, we did have 2 questions. Okay, so Chuck wants to know the best recommendations for doing Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party for a first timer.
Well, Chuck, you buy your wife that Haunted Mansion dress. Oh, here we go. It got mailed today.
Okay.
So that's why I said that.
So I really think, like we had said before, you want to make sure that you get ready for the Boo-to-You parade. Headless Horseman comes down first, as long as it's not raining. If the ground is wet, the horseman will not ride.
No, he will not run. So make sure you're probably there. I would say at least a good 20 or more minutes before to get your spot, because you want to be as close as you can to the street. You don't want to be standing behind a group of people.
Or I personally, even though we watch both, I think the second parade is better than the first, the one that's around 11 o'clock at night, because it's not as crowded. A lot of people have left. You know, kids are tired of trick-or-treating and all that. You can get a better view of the parade, the second parade.
And if you watch the second parade in the hub, the best part is after the parade, you get ready for the Sanderson Sister Hocus Pocus show.
Yeah,
because it starts at midnight, doesn't it?
Yeah, but they do the Hocus Pocus show a couple times throughout the night. But then one of the last things of the evening is they do another round, like around midnight at the Hocus Pocus show. And then there's also
I like that show.
I know you
I
do.
think it's
I
fun.
like it too. And the people, the actors do a really good job portraying the Sanderson sisters. So if you're a fan of Hocus Pocus, like I am, then you definitely need to see the Hocus Pocus show.
Definitely.
And don't forget Hollow Wishes. Hollow Wishes is like an amazing fireworks show, and you get like the 360 fireworks.
Yes, and you get all the voices from the Haunted Mansion guiding you through the fireworks. So and then you get the special special visitors. You get Ursula in there. And
Yeah, it's fun.
so it is. It was a lot of fun. Make sure you
do your trick or treating later in the evening because it's not as crowded.
Or if you're like me, you trick or treat the minute you can.
And he's all about the candy.
That's the only reason I take a backpack. It's filled with candy.
Yeah, and bring your own bag.
Yep.
I mean, that's another thing I
keep
can
it in your
totally
bag.
suggest. Because the candy bags they give you are like about that big, but the cast members will give you a whole handful of candy and your bag is going to fill up quick.
So what we do is we usually take grocery store bags and keep them in a backpack, and then as the boys' bags get full, we just dump them in their bags.
Yep.
And then by the end of the night, we have a huge backpack full of candy that usually lasts us throughout the season. We end up throwing away some every year.
Yeah, you know what? You get so much candy when you go to the party. So, I mean, I really think the Halloween party is definitely worth it.
And if you want to do characters, get there early for Jack and Sally for
Yes.
sure, or the Seven Dwarfs. Those are the big lines.
Do it early because you can get in line for characters early, some of them.
Mm-hmm. And Jack usually comes out early.
Yeah, Jack is usually like an hour before the party.
You have to have the arm or the wristband
Yes.
to get in line for Jack, but if you can get in line for him before the party even starts, and you knock that out as soon as the party starts. And if you're a Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom card player,
That's right.
there's always a commemorative card for the party that only the people at the party can get. They'll actually make a mark on your bracelet once you receive it. And this year, is it Orange Bird?
It's the Orange Bird.
Orange Bird is the card, so it'll probably be a good card to have. That's where I have them all from all the parties we've been to.
Yeah, I mean, some people will buy them and eBay them and then buy more party tickets. I've actually heard that happens. We don't do that. We keep the cards, and they're collectibles for us.
They are. So we keep them all. I have a friend in the UK who he likes them, so every year he gets one of our cards. Because we get 4 of them, and none of us play the Sorcerers of Magic.
No, it's just fun to have.
It is fun. So we all get them every year. So.
And they do that at Christmas time too.
Yes.
You get a special card for the Christmas party as well.
Right.
All right, and then one more question, which I'm not sure totally how I can answer it, but I'm going to try. Katie wants to know about Animal Kingdom. What else is there to do basically besides Cali River Rapids, Everest, and the Safari?
Dinosaur.
No, she's got little ones too.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
There's little dinosaurs in the ride.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if that's what she's meaning. I mean, okay, so for a little one, if you have little ones with you, I would suggest she could do the Navi River journey.
Yes.
Because it's the new boat ride in Pandora.
There's a lot to see.
It is a lot to see. I like it. I know some people are like, I think the river journey is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe Flight of Passage is not a good idea. Okay, Robert said the Midway Games in Dino Land. So
I was going to say Triceratops Spin, which Dumbo spin off. You can go right there.
Yes, Triceratops Spin. You don't want to go on Primeval World. Boom. Yeah, unless you want to get your back thrown out of place.
True.
I wouldn't go on that.
No,
But she wanted to know about rides and such
the
for little
Safari
ones,
is
obviously. But yeah, so little ones can definitely go on the Triceratops thing, the river journey. I'm thinking no on Flight of Passage because it's too. There's height requirements.
Yeah, they might not meet the height requirement. That's true. But just to go see Pandora is cool.
Yeah.
Then we got to stay for the show.
Rivers of Light.
Which is it's really good to see. So get there. You can actually go to the second one again. You only need Fast Pass, and it's always plenty of seating. I'm trying to think what else there is. The tree comes to life at night too.
There's projection on the tree. Of course, there's a Nemo show. There's a Lion King show. You could really spend a lot of time. And then right now they have the Bugs Life too. Chip and Dale are wearing dinosaur costumes right now for Donald's Dino Bash. So there's
check the times guide for when you're there for what time they'll be there. But they have a DJ out there, and then they get Chip and Dale out there dancing with the kids, and it's a fun time. And that also takes place in the amusement parks, Chester and Hester's Dinorama. So definitely check it all out. You'll have fun. There's a lot to do there.
Okay, so if you guys have any questions before we go, we will.
And I was going to mention that this week you can be watching our social media. Friday we're going to Universal for the day, so we're on the dark side. So we're going to go to Universal on Friday.
At the kids' request.
Kids' request. They want to go to Universal. We haven't been there a long time, so we're going there Friday. Saturday we will be at Walker Soccer Con at the Orange County Convention Center. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's the Walking Dead convention that comes around. They've actually invited us to come out there for the day, actually for the weekend. So we'll be out there Saturday. I don't know if we're going to go Sunday also. It just depends.
Depends because school is on Monday.
School starts on Monday, but we will be there all the day Saturday. Lots of Walking Dead celebrities will be there. So I'm going to meet Ross. How do you say his name? Marquardt?
I don't know.
I don't know. He played the Stonekeeper in Avengers Infinity War, Red Skull. So I have his pop vinyl, so I'm going to try to get him to sign it for me.
And I just like The Walking Dead, so I'm excited about that.
That's
so,
it.
yeah, I know. I was like, you like The Walking Dead? I actually really do. Let's see, what else?
She liked Fear the Walking Dead until she just finally gave
I
in.
didn't like Fear the Walking Dead. I finally gave up on that one. Okay, so Corinne wants to know if they're closing, it's tough to be a buck. I have not heard that. Have you heard that?
I have not heard that at all. As
Man.
far as I know, it's. I know they upgraded the screens and stuff not too long ago.
Yeah, it was closed for refurbishment. What was it, 2 summers
Yeah,
ago?
remember Chris was a friend of ours. Chris was actually involved working there at the time, and he said they were upgrading the screens and everything. So I really don't know. I've never heard of it's closing.
No.
But they just put a lot of money into it, so I don't think it would be closing. Maybe updates or upgrades, but I don't know about closing it.
But yeah, so if you guys want to know the real deal, we're really trying. We don't put out anything speculative, rumors, stuff that Disney is not going to be happy about. We will not do that. So
They're not going to be happy about us going to Universal on Friday.
I'm sure they go to Universal too. But yeah, so if you just stick with us. As soon as we find out more information, as far as like closures, refurbs, whatever, we will put it out.
And we do double check. So once we hear rumors floating around, we don't post it, but we do start asking our sources around to find out what's going on and see if they know anything. So we have plenty of contacts at Disney, including our PR people who invite us out to everything. Who we do check with them as well. Because if anybody's going to know, it's going to be them, and they're also going to know what can be released, what can't be released, and what is complete and total rumor. So we do double check with these stuff. That's
some of it's just garbage. I mean, if we're being honest.
A lot of it's to get hits for whatever site is putting the information out, and there's a lot of them that do that. So be careful what you read. Don't always believe it at first. If you hear something and you want to know the truth, just shoot us an email or
message us. We'll tell you.
We'll ask. If we don't know, we'll ask. We have no problem asking.
Or if we haven't put it out, that's a good indication that it's probably not true.
True.
Because I know Disney keeps an eye on what we do, and I don't want to disappoint them. So.
We've been told that more than once that Disney watches everything we do. So
we love our people that we work with at Disney.
Exactly.
We don't want to disappoint you. We want to make you proud.
Jody, Courtney, and Lisa are the best.
They're the best, best.
Yes. And Lisa actually watches our show usually, so hopefully she'll see this on a replay. And she's the one who likes our.
She likes our silliness in the front.
Yeah.
She said we can't put a countdown in front because she likes us sitting there awkwardly waiting to start the show. So
thanks, Lisa.
Yes. Jennifer wants to know if the Christmas parties sell out. Yes, they do.
They do. Not all of them.
Not all of them. I suppose it depends on what night and whatever. But you can check. Same with Halloween. If there's a certain night that if you so let's say for Halloween, if you want to go, the closer you get to Halloween, the more risk you take for a sellout. Same thing with Christmas. So if there's certain dates that you want to go and you have them in mind already, I suggest getting your tickets as soon as you can, just to guarantee that you're going to be able to make the party that you want to.
Exactly. And one other thing I want to mention too, Robert this week, he did cover the Atlantic Comic Con a couple weeks ago for you. He is going to be going to Dragon Con the end of this month, which is the big con in Atlanta. It's actually one of the biggest on this coast. It's up there with San Diego and things like that. So
and Erica covered
Tampa Bay Comic Con last weekend. She's going to be doing a full write-up of what that was like for her. As far as I know, she really enjoyed it.
She did have fun.
It was kind of last minute. She took over for us because we were going out of town. I had to find somebody to fill in, and Erica volunteered. And her and her friend went there, and they covered it for us. And she had a lot of fun, I believe.
Yeah.
About that.
So we have like our staff covering various different places. If we can't be there, we have people that are willing to pitch in and help with it. So it's really great. And I guess that's it for this week.
That is a wrap.
So thank you for. I honestly didn't think we'd last this long.
I didn't think so. So now we're going to bed.
Yeah, because we're tired still.
Actually, I'm hungry.
No.
We haven't eaten.
No, you're not hungry.
I'm always hungry.
So again, share this video with your friends so they can know about it. Word of mouth is the best thing that you can do for us, whether it's our blog, whether our social media. That is how we grew to the size that we are, and why we have the jobs that we have is because of people sharing our content and talking to their Disney-loving friends about us. So thank you so much for that.
Also remember to visit our t-shirt shop, which you can get through lostprincessapparel.com. There's a novelty shirts tab there. Those shirts are made by our staff and myself. So we make all those. So if you want to check them out, that's another way you can help support us is by purchasing those shirts. We do get a percentage of the sales back to us, and it helps us out. Plus, we enjoy doing it. It's actually rewarding to see a shirt you make being worn by somebody in the parks or whatever. So we really enjoy seeing that. And we're working on other things. I'm actually talking to a company locally here who does screen printing and everything. So we're working on a whole bunch of shirt designs with them. So we might actually start doing them ourselves and then selling through us rather than through a third party.
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but we'll put out information as soon as we know. But
Lots of stuff.
Lost Princess apparel, it has leggings and dresses and t-shirts.
And there's a lot of great designs coming pretty soon here for Halloween. Which we're sure there'll also be for Christmas, and lots of Disney inspired prints coming out. So keep your eyes open.
We're always working on something, as you know. So
we don't rest.
Okay.
Her mom and dad told me we were make sure you rest.
Funny.
So
okay, well I guess that's a wrap.
So make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram at The Main Street Mouse. On YouTube, The Main ST Mouse. On YouTube, Main Street Mouse. You can follow Michelle, Cindershella4.
Main Street Mouse. You said YouTube twice.
Sorry, I'm tired. Twitter is just Main Street Mouse. YouTube, The Main ST Mouse.
That's right.
I corrected it. You can follow Michelle on Instagram, Cindershella4. Myself, TMSM_Avenger. I need to get back to posting. I get busy. And
Slacker.
I do. I get so busy. I get sidetracked. But I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try to, especially this weekend. We got a lot of stuff going on. So I'm gonna get a lot of pictures.
Yeah. Definitely hang in there with us because the upcoming Halloween season, and then into the holidays, into the meetup weekend, December 7th and 8th.
Halloween's my favorite time of year.
Lots of stuff going on. So thank you so much.
So have a great week, guys. We'll see you guys next Monday.
We'll be back to Monday.
We will be back on Monday. We promise you. So everybody have a great, wonderful week, and thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.